I moved here and it changed my life. I thought I was only going to be visiting for a week or two, maybe, but I ended up never leaving. And here's why. Now, to give you a little bit of context, I've been to over 70 different countries. I've been an immigrant, an expat, a digital nomad, whatever you want to call it, for nearly a decade. But this was the one place that changed my life, and let me share with you why that is. So it all started when I booked a flight with the idea that I was only going to be in this place for a very, very short period of time. And I had no expectations. In fact, I chose this place because I was like, wow, they have some of my favorite food on the entire planet. Let's go there. Let's see what the food is actually like. So I thought maybe some good food, learn a little bit about the culture and the history, meet some cool people. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am, I'm out of there. But what happened next was completely unexpected. At first, I stayed for the weather. Then I stayed because I just enjoyed the energy of the city, completely different from where I'm from. And then I built a social circle and met the locals, and that took my experience from here to here. It's so far up there that you can't even see it in this camera frame because it improved my experience that much because the locals were friendly, warm, engaging, intelligent, and most importantly, welcoming. And then it was at that point that I realized I was treated better here, I fit in better here, and ultimately, guess what? I'm just happier here. And it made me rethink what I wanted out of life, what real wealth and what real riches are. Because prior to this, I'll be transparent with you. I was really money driven. I was money hungry. All I thought about was money, 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 money. And to an extent, to this day, I still am. Because I make no bones about this, I am a bit bougie. I like the luxurious things in life, which is okay. But it was coming at the expense of other areas of my life. And I didn't really realize that until I went to this place. And being in this place made me realize you can still have a great, high quality, luxurious life for a low cost of living and get great value for your money, especially in comparison to where I was coming from, which was San Diego, California. Now, I don't remember if I was living in Little Italy or La Jolla at the time. Doesn't particularly matter. Both of them high cost of living, I'll tell you that right now. And I had a good life. No complaints. I was happy enough, I guess you could say. But I had very little free time because I was grinding 24/7 to live the life that I wanted. So I really had no free time to do the things that I wanted to do with the people I wanted to do them with. And so I really couldn't enjoy the fruits of my labor because the cost of living was so high. And yes, I lived in a nice place. It was nice enough. San Diego is a great place, but I was essentially a high earner who was living paycheck to paycheck to essentially keep up with the Joneses. And after going to this place, I realized with that exact same income, and to be transparent, likely a lot lower income, I could have a chef, I could have a housekeeper, I could get twice weekly massages with the masseuse coming to my home, and I could save and invest a lot more of my money because let me remind you, I told you I was making a good income, but I was essentially living paycheck to paycheck. So I was essentially a high earning broke person. Whereas in this other place, that same income, I could put 70% of my income towards savings and investments. And when that clicked for me, I made the decision I'm not fucking leaving. And with all that said, you're probably wondering, what is this place that Joshua is talking about? Where is it so great that you can have all of this for a fraction of the cost of what it would cost in San Diego or other major cities in the world? And that would be a very, very good question. And the fact of the matter is, for me, it's likely a different place than it is for you because there are numerous places all across the world that you can turn this dream into a reality. And for me, it has changed over time. It started in Bangkok, Thailand. Then it was Alicante in Spain. Then it was Mexico City in Mexico. Now it has evolved into something I never thought it would evolve into, where I have residency and condos in Bangkok, Thailand, in a little tiny island in Koh Lanta, which is in Thailand as well, in Guadalajara in Mexico, in Lisbon in Portugal. But what set this all in motion was Bangkok, Thailand. But if you're thinking about moving abroad, here's what I would tell you. First, stay long enough to build social connections and build a relationship with the local people. That's one of the most annoying things I see on YouTube is people going to somewhere for a week, 2 weeks, or a month and sharing their experience when that's really not enough time to actually integrate into the local community and get a feel for what it's actually like to live in a place. So please, stay long enough to truly enjoy the culture, the locals, and the cultural experience you get when you stay in a place long enough to truly experience what the culture has to offer. The second thing I would say, network with the locals, network with expats, build that social circle because it's truly going to change the experience that you have of that culture. And that's how you can find some hidden gems. That's how you can make local connections that you're going to need for getting residency or maybe buying a house or something like that. Once again, when a local shows you around their country, it's completely different than when a tour guide or what all these influencers have to talk about, which kind of leads to my third point, which is you need to find a place that aligns with your goals and not what looks cool on Instagram. And that's kind of what I mentioned earlier when I said the truth of the matter is the place that I got this experience from could be radically different than the place that you could get this exact same experience from. Because we're all different people, we're all looking for different things, and we all have different goals. So don't worry about looking cool. Don't worry about being an influencer. Go with your gut, go with your heart, and to find a place that aligns with who you are, what you want, and what your goals are. So now, with all that said, I'm getting a little bit hot here if you don't see the sweat. I'm going to wrap up this video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Let me know in the comments down below if you're thinking about moving abroad, if you want to move abroad, if you want to escape the 9 to 5, and what place is calling to you. Because maybe I might have experience there, or someone in the community might have experience there. And if you have any questions, you can drop those down below as well. So, with that said, let's wrap this baby up. I'll see you guys very soon. And as always, peace, much love.